Hello and welcome to this special live event here in Inverness, the capital of the Highlands, where the mumbo jumbo that is the medieval rite of passage from one monarch to another is about to play out for the assembled lowing herd of bovine morons. Join me as we observe the rite, ritual and passage of one piece of pish to another piece of pish, from one nominally hereditary tyrant to another hereditary tyrant. Tradition, heritage, bullshit, it's all here in a pageant which has been played out for over 1,000 years here in this land of landless peasants. As I'm standing here looking around, there are many landless peasants gathered around me to witness. Some of them may feel the transition, the progression, the continuity, the stability of mumbo jumbo continuing to be mumbo jumbo over them. We can see the guard of honor acting as if they were some sort of costumed clowns, and dignitaries from all over the high society of Scotland, bedecked in their silly costumes and acting as if they are somewhat different to other people who shit from a hole between their legs and piss from their dick or their fanny. Yes, what we're witnessing here is nothing more or less than mass delusion, a production of fantasy played out as reality for people who believe this strange shit. As I'm standing here, I can't help but observe that during the Queen's reign, at no point ever did she interrupt my busking, not once. I managed to get through Queen Elizabeth's entire reign without her interrupting me busking on a single event. But here today, in Inverness High Street, I was approached by a constable of Her Majesty's Constabulary and informed I would need to stop just for the next hour or so for the proclamation. So I feel a very personal attachment, relationship and involvement in this ceremony, because even before the new king has been coronated and planks his fat, rich, entitled fucking ass on the throne, he's already fucking with me. And so I feel duty bound, nay compelled, to say to the new king, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck your family, fuck your heirs, fuck your children, your grandchildren, and fuck the mumbo jumbo of you ruling over anybody. You tawdry, imaginary tyrant. I shall try and stretch out my commentary here today until the proclamation, with a list of reasons why we should abandon the monarchy and do away with this total and utter bullshit. I guess reason number one, top of my reasons for doing away with the monarchy, would be I'm not a fucking insect. So I don't need a queen or a king. I mean, I liked it when the queen was the queen because it had kind of insect metaphor, you know, with the realm of the bird, the bees and other insects who have a breeding queen that pumps out the paragon of our species or race. But now it's a king. It's more, what was that Disney film, The Circle of Life? It's less insect breeding and more, I don't know, sort of psychopathic ruler of the pack, as if the king embodied some kind of prowess or some kind of physical or some kind of stature that rose above the rest of the animals in the pack, that gave him, and him alone, the right to be the head of our group, our set, our country, our community, our people. So what is it about this septarian alcoholic twat that makes him the king? Well, basically, in essence, it's because he was squirted out of his mother's womb. It's an entirely hereditary position. If we were let's say we were a race of nomadic horse breeding and nomadic race of horse breeding people or reindeer herders, the king would be somebody who was really, really good at breeding horses, riding horses, herding reindeer, shit like that. But no, we have eschewed any kind of physical prowess, any kind of intellectual ability, any kind of rational doctrine for selecting the head of state whatsoever at all, in favor of just picking someone who somebody else squirted out of their vagina. That's what we're all about, these people here. That's what we're all about. We're just here to recognize that somebody else who the dead queen squirted out is now our head of state. He can't do anything special. He has no special powers. We don't know if he could lasso a steer with one hand whilst riding saddleless on his donkey. We don't know if he has like some sort of African cattle herder, if he has the respect and admiration and the lineage of many generations of people who successfully bred cattle in the Kalahari Desert. All we know is well, we know many things, but the thing that sticks in my mind, the predominant thing that sticks in my mind about King Charles III, as he is now to be known, is that once on a time, in a leaked telephone call to his consort Camilla, he wished that he were her tampon. He did. Google that shit. He said, I want you so much. I wish I was your tampon. And so here we have a man taking the throne who wishes he was a menstrual product. A piece of absorbent cotton wad. That's his fervent desire. Not for him the giddy heights of other achievements and goals and ambitions, to lead his people in battle, to be a supreme intellect, to rise above his random position in life and acquire great wisdom and intelligence or skill in any particular doctrine. No. Prince Charles wishes more than anything else that Camilla would insert him between her legs during her period. This is the man who shall rule over us, the head of state. And when you're shaking hands with him, if you're another world leader, if you are a world leader, and you're thinking that soon you'll be meeting Prince Charles and shaking his hand, you might want to consider what his hand was most recently doing. For if he himself wished to be inserted as a tampon in between Camilla Parker Bowles' legs, what might he have done with the rest of his body? We can never know. We can only imagine. Well, there's still 10 minutes to go here, and my arm is getting tired, and so we'll call this part 1, and I shall return with the actual proclamation to the assembled landless peasants as it unfolds in front of us in due time. Meanwhile, I shall leave you with this thought. The Queen is dead. Fuck the King. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, landless peasants of the 4 nations of the disunited kingdom, welcome to the Highlands Accession Proclamation, brought to you by Deep Jackson and the iPhone 12. I'm standing here in a small crowd of assembled landless peasant huts to witness the medieval mumbo-jumbo play out, to dignify, somehow, the psychotic delusion that somebody squeezed out of their womb is our head of state and de facto ruler of the Commonwealth, the United Kingdom. Join with me now in witnessing the total bollocks that is this gobbledygook hoisted on us by a bunch of psychopathic criminals.
We come together this afternoon following the passing of our late sovereign, Queen Elizabeth II.
Good riddance.
Our sadness at this time is shared by people across the globe.
Not me.
As we remember with affection and gratitude the lifetime of service given by our longest reigning monarch.
Bitch.
Today's ceremony marks the formal proclamation of the beginning of our new King's reign.
Great googly man.
It is now my duty to introduce Sheriff Principal Pyle of Grampian, Highland and Islands, who will read the Accession Proclamation.
By order of the Privy Council, I now tender a proclamation. Whereas it has pleased Almighty God to call to his mercy our late Sovereign, Lady Queen Elizabeth II, of blessed and glorious memory, by whose decease the crown of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland is solely and rightfully come to the Prince Charles Philip Arthur George.
Rightfully, eh?
We therefore, the Lords Spiritual and Temporal of this realm, and members of the House of Commons, together with other members of Her late Majesty's Privy Council, and representatives of the realms and territories, aldermen and citizens of London and others, do now hereby with one voice and consent of tongue and heart publish and proclaim that the Prince Charles Philip Arthur George is now, by the death of our late Sovereign of happy memory, become our only lawful and rightful Liege Lord, Charles III, by the grace of God of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and of his other realms and territories, King, Head of the Commonwealth, Defender of the Faith, to whom we do acknowledge all faith and obedience with humble affection, beseeching God, by whom kings and queens do reign, to bless his majesty with long and happy years to reign over us. Given at St. James's Palace this 10th day of September in the year of our Lord 2022. God save the King.
God fucking my God, you landless moron fucking peasants. Oh my God. Now, usually I would continue the broadcast at this point. I know, I think I will. Here we go. Are you ready? You're supposed to be singing along? It's because they're tourists and they don't know the words? It's just a sort of rabbit in the headlights amongst the Are we done? What happens now? Oh, it's an awkward silence, and he's off. A bit stiff there. Not sure himself what to do. And that's it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The mumble has been jumbled. The googly moogly has been googled. The hocus pocus has been pocused. The crowd break into spontaneous bovine applause. The costumed clowns leave the scene of the party. It's all over for another reign. It's King Charles the III. There's one shout of God Save the King there. I think that might be the beggar I saw earlier. Only the most impoverished in both mind, body, spirit and finances could imagine that this dude whose mother just died is somehow, entitled to be our ruler. Look, there go the clowns in their costumes. I'm not sure what their rank is, but they have to be here. There's somebody carrying a mace there. And that's it for another reign. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, your majesty, inhabitants of the Delta Quadrant, if you're tuning into this from another planet, you may be wondering what the fuck is going on planet Earth. I can't honestly tell you. If you can hear me, please come and get me. I feel if I could leave this planet to its fate, I would. Thanks, and goodbye.